This is a movie called A Numbers Game. In it, you see Stephen Bear masterfully play the part of Neil Black, a sales manager of a call center. In this movie, they keep calling them rooms. I get the impression that it is a building with multiple rooms in it. They just subcontract out other companies to run individual rooms for them for basically a simplicity. Let them worry about everything else and keep a portion of the profits from their sales. It doesn't really go into the logistics of specifics as to how that is run, but I have seen places that run similar things like that.
Nobody wants to be called and asked to buy shit over the phone. But if you know how to deliver your pitch right, you can sell them their own stinking shit, and they will buy it.
Terrific. 3-month supply.
Do I use this product? What, are you kidding me? Of course I do. Of course I do, and I look amazing, too.
I tried it 3 months ago. I'm svelte.
It's about the delivery of the pitch. It's all about the delivery.
I'm calling you from Better Yourself, and I will teach you how to better yourself in 3 months.
You have to sound like you're their best friend. You have to sound excited, like this is the greatest shit on earth.
That's what you should be asking yourself. You sound like a very smart woman, and this is what I'm going to do for you.
You don't ask them if they're interested. You tell them they're interested.
I know what you need. I have it right here, and I'm going to have this sent out to you right now. Do you
Call
understand?
back? No. I don't do callbacks. I would like to, but then I wouldn't be able to give it to you at the same great offer that I'm offering you right now.
People don't like thinking for themselves. You think for them.
I'm not gonna get off the phone until it's done. What's your credit card number?
Because 90% of the people you call, they buy from you not because you got some great product, but because they like you.
Mrs. Fosbury, this is one of the most important decisions you will ever make in your life. Do you want to change your life? Because if you do, you can do it right now if you order this product.
They're buying you, not the shit you're selling. My name's Neil Black, and I've been running rooms since I was 20 years old. And I made a lot of money in this business, knowing 3 things. This job, it's not for everybody. And you can't sell everybody. But if you make enough calls in one day, you're gonna make your money. This is a numbers game. A numbers game. You make 200 phone calls a day, there's no way you can't close at least 5 to 7 people. And once you're good, you'll close 15.
It starts off and you're not sure if you're watching a movie about gangsters or what. The very intense, heavy opening. And then it goes into a sales pitch speech about how he is or able to sell, how he can work. There's a tremendous amount of truth to everything he says, and this is probably the only movie I've ever seen that's even on a sales focused call center, and that's outbound cold call sales, which is the hardest to do. And it goes into an incredible amount of detail and accuracy. There are 2 things that I would like to change that would almost be nitpicking I'm not even going to mention. And there's another part that to me is quite blaring, and I'm not sure if they left it out intentionally to not make it seem too dark, or if it had more to do with time, or if they just didn't even realize it needed to be there. But there's a tremendous element to it.
Every person you call is a potential sale. You have to know that these people are sitting at home waiting for you to take their money. But you have to know how to do it. I will teach you how it's done. And remember this, only the hungry and the desperate will survive. Thank you.
Let me first say I am not a salesperson. I am not good in sales. If you need me to sell merchandise for your company, file for bankruptcy right now and save yourself a lot of trouble. I really am not a salesperson. But something I did not understand until I was really in sales, what was meant by sell yourself first. If they like you, if you can get people to like you, you can sell things. If they don't like you, they don't want to buy anything from you. That is a lot of what is going on here.
$462,000 for the week. Not bad. It's Friday, 9 a.m. We have the rest of the day to make $38,000. Who thinks we can do it? Yeah. I do. I do. Come on. I know we can. All right? Now, I want to thank each and every one of you for a really good week. Yeah. 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 All right, I have $500 in my pocket, I believe, for the first deal today. Let's get to work.
There are so many stereotypes and characteristics tied up in the main character of Neil Black. I watched this movie and I would swear I worked with this guy. There are parts of him. I realized that parts of him are this guy I used to work with, parts where that guy used to work with, parts in all these other areas and fields that were sales people. Obviously, I'm not going to go over the entire movie, and a lot of things you're seeing here are going to be out of sequence and even chopping out a bunch of things in between them just because I'm not going to make an hour and 19 or 18 minute long movie. The premise of the movie is this woman is forced to take over a call room that her dad used to run. He had a stroke, he's out. Until he recovers, she's trying to keep it going until he's back. Several months go by. She was not really equipped to do the job. She probably wasn't working in this field or area much. Certainly had a lot of input and things she picked up from her father, but that does not really equip somebody to take over a business. So she's trying to keep it going. It's failing, and so their numbers are so bad, their percentage of returns and everything else, that the sales, I don't know if he is the vice president in charge of the sales division or what, but he threatens if she doesn't improve her numbers in 2 weeks, he'll pull the contract and shut the room down. So she's desperately trying to get it to turn around. The executive swings by Neil's room and asks him to go help her out.
Great. All right, well, Verify will be calling you back in a few minutes to confirm that your order's going to be sent.
Now, this part where he's talking about a verifier, what that is after they would make a sale, hand it off to somebody else, they would call them and verify, because there are a lot of people that can't say no to you, and so they'll agree to whatever and then cancel later. And so they're actually calling, do you really want this? And there were people, I'm sure it's still like this at some point, people are desperate to get a sell because if they don't sell certain volumes or numbers, whatever their quotas are, they're fired. So they will make up fake sales so they can turn it in so they can claim to have sales, and so they're calling to make sure this person's actually selling and buying. In fact, this is, many years ago, there was, over 20 years ago, there was a class action lawsuit with a company that, I'm not going to go into the specifics and even say what company it was and everything else, but my parents are actually involved with part of it. They were affected by it. What it is, they had their base of customers, they had their own credit card, they have all these different services on there, and they call up the customers, and the people in the call center say, hey, you have to make X number of sales, otherwise you're out the door. And people would call these customers, and if they don't sign up to the service, if you don't make a sell, you're fired. But there's just a radial button here, you have to click on the computer system, say right here, and they accepted it. So they hang up, I'll click that accept button, I'll get my commissions, be out of here in a month, and in 2 or 3 months, when the people show up to do whatever work or service they had signed up for, you already have all the customer information. You don't need to verify anything with the customer. So yeah, that did happen, and there were all sorts of things that took place. I've seen pretty both despicable and sad and stupid things people have done to try to get sales and make their numbers look good or save their jobs to avoid getting into trouble. Part of that opening scene is he's giving that to new hires, showing them what can be done and how it can be done. There are several things in the movie that, and in the room and environment, you get the impression that he is really full of himself, really wants to, wow, look at me. And there is an element to that of the personality. However, the ones I have worked with that were like this, or you could get that impression, their reasoning was not, I'm so great. It was, look at me, how far I have come, you can do this too. And that is a key attitude difference. As he said in his speech, he's been doing this since he was 20. He's come all this way, he's done all that, he's come all this way, he's accomplished all this, and he's just him. You can do this too. He's not some superhero, ultra star. He's a normal guy, you can do this too. Based on my experience with these types of people, that is really more his intent. Now contrast that interview opening with this one.
Hi, hello, I'm Carly, and I'm calling you, 'cause why did you hang up on me?
Carly. You're too slow. Okay, let's do it again. Go ahead, ring, ring, ring.
Hi, my name is Carly, and I'm calling...
Who is this?
Carly?
Is this a telemarketer?
No.
If you ever call me again, I'm gonna call the police. You got that? Well, that was better. But let's do it again. Okay? Go ahead. Ring, ring, ring. Hello? Anybody there? Ring, ring, ring. Your turn, Billy.
Rather do it without the script, if that's okay with you.
Okay. Great.
Ring, ring, ring.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Catherine, please?
This is Catherine.
Hey, Catherine. This is Billy. You don't know me, but I'm calling you because I have some great information about a great product.
Oh.
Do you want to be a better...
You're hired.
Oh, you don't want to hear the rest?
Are you kidding me? With that voice, you're a natural. You're guaranteed any sale. Follow me.
You can see the people are not motivated when they start. It's, oh, wow, you can do well in this. She's not inspiring the people to achieve. There's no energy in the call center. Sales is built on emotion. Everyone buys on emotion. You have to have energy and excitement to build to get people to buy. If there's no energy, there's no excitement, no one's going to buy. On that note, a good salesperson will get people excited about a product, get them emotionally excited, give them logic and reason as to why they want this product, so that when the emotion wears off, they're not asking, why did I buy this? A bad salesperson will get people excited about it, buy it, and when the emotion wears off, there's buyer's remorse. The next day they get a return, cancellation, etc.
Harold, what are you doing here?
Just curious to see your operations in person.
Oh, okay, well, this is where the magic happens.
I see there's not much magic happening.
Well...
These are all the cancellations of the diet drinks, a list of all my returns.
I know, and I can...
What do you mean you know? How the hell do you get nearly half of all sales sent back?
I can explain.
I'm curious to hear this explanation. I mean, Catherine, 50%? I can imagine maybe 5 or 10, but 50? In 1 month? I'm really curious. I even canceled all my appointments today to fly here and see firsthand where the magic happens. I'm all ears. You have my complete attention.
I can explain.
Knock it off. You don't have an explanation. The only explanation is that you don't verify your deals. None of these customers were verified. That's the only reason these sales were canceled. And I'm canceling your contract.
Harold, please. I will verify. I will personally verify these deals. I will not let one deal get processed until I...
Are you kidding me? I didn't come down here to lecture you. We're done.
Your numbers will increase. I will turn this room around.
The only thing that's increased are cancellations. You know how much that cost me? You're costing me more in returns than in sales.
I will turn this room around.
Why don't you hire a new sales manager?
We have Bobby, but we just need better leads.
Leads? You got plenty of leads. He's a clapper, not a sales manager.
A clapper, which that is not a phrase I've heard in any field, but what they're talking about here is somebody who's just, you did a good job, you did well there. That's not really good feedback. Everyone has something, even if you made a sale, what did you do wrong in that call? How could it be better? What could be done to improve? And if you're not giving, at times, brutally harsh feedback, they're called coaching sessions. And that is one of the things missing in this movie. You don't really get good feedback situations. But I'll go into more on that in a minute. But a clapper is in this movie kind of just somebody who's saying, oh, good job, you do good, do that, but not really giving constructive information for how they can do better. Lack of leadership is what's really killed this company. The people don't know what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. If they randomly hit a success, they get a reward of a sell, and they don't really understand why or how.
Hi, Neil. I have a favor to ask. Can you go down to see one of my rooms? I need you to help out this woman. Her room's falling apart, and I'm ready to shut it down.
A woman? You got a woman running a room?
It's Jimmy's daughter. He had a stroke, can't work anymore. His daughter's trying to keep things going, but it's...
Now, where he says a woman can't run a room, you could say he is a sexist pig. There are certain aspects to his character that are definitely male chauvinist. I'm going to address those one by one and show it's not really his intent. With the woman can't run a room comment, what he really means is if you want to run a room successfully, it takes a certain level of harshness and brutality that most women would not want to do. I'm not saying they can't. I have seen women do it, but most women wouldn't be interested in doing that. And when it comes up to an appropriate part of the movie, I'll go into that, and that's one of the things that are missing. You don't see that aspect. Here, Neil is taking over the room, basically tells her, you stay in the office, I'm running things now, you just count the money. He realizes the room has no energy. They are without leadership, inspiration, or direction. He shakes things up, wakes people up, and he fires them all the same day, that first day. Tells them to come back and reapply for their old job. The reason he does that is he wants to weed out the people who don't really want to be there. B, he wants to let people know this is a new place, come back tomorrow to something new and different. He tells them to come back dressed for work, and I have worked a couple places that have the motto, dress for success. Even if you're doing phone work, if you're dressed for business, you're here to do business. If you're not dressed for business, you're not here to do business, come back when you are. And even if you're working from home, just on the computer, on the phone, nobody sees you, you do need to dress for work. Get dressed, comb your hair, put your shoes on, and work. Mentally, it will change you, and you will do better. If you don't, it's on the phone, talking to people, it's going to be very much of a, hi, how are you? How can I direct your call? What's going on? Versus, thank you for calling this particular company. What can I do to help you? How can I resolve this issue for you? Let me get this taken care of for you. Oh, I noticed this on your account, which means you qualify for this service. This is how that works. Does that sound like something you would be interested in? It's a key difference, and it's there. And I've had people argue with, no, I can work just fine in my pajamas, and they want to just roll out of bed, walk over their computer, and go do their work. No, you will not do well. Even people who do decently, they would do better if they actually did their job well. Dressing appropriately, etc. That's what he's doing. He's a further change to their personality and mindset and focus.
All right, now that I have everybody's attention, I want you to all stand up and come here to the front of the room. All gather right here. Come on, don't be afraid. Come on, come on. Listen up. Now, you know, and I know, that money is everything. You can lie to yourself and tell yourself it's not. But you know the truth. Money does buy you love. A lot of love. It buys you happiness. It'll buy you friends, family. And it will buy you a place in the sun.
Call security.
Without money, you can't do shit. In fact, can't even take a shit. Why are you laughing?
I think you're funny.
Really? What do you do besides this?
I'm a singer and a songwriter.
Do you have talent?
Yeah.
Well, that's just great. Because without money, you can't take that talent anywhere. Do you understand that? That's the truth. I will make you money. I am the key to your success, to your life, to your happiness. But you have to believe everything I tell you. What matters most, what happens in this room from now on, it's just you and me. And nobody else. Understand? This phone, this is your best friend. The greatest invention ever made. And I will teach you how to use this tool.
Harold, he just took over my company.
Catherine, listen. He stays. Let him do his thing. He leaves, I'm going to pull your contract. I don't want to hear another word about it. Your numbers are too low.
I'm going to be your coach. I will be your counselor. And I will be your best friend. If you let me. But you gotta unlearn everything you've ever learned and start fresh with me. From now on, all of you belong to me. You're the sales manager. Well, that's just great, buddy. But you know what? We don't need a clapper around here anymore. You're fired.
What?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you're all fired.
I got like 4 kids.
All right. You will reapply for your jobs tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. sharp. And you will dress for success. I have in my hand a sales script. I want each and every one of you to take this and commit it to memory and program it into your little minds. Yes, even you, Sid Vicious. You can be a salesman too. Tomorrow, this will be a new room.
He just fired me.
What?
He just fired me in front of everybody. He said, okay, buddy, we don't need a clapper here anymore.
This is a nightmare.
I want to thank you all for listening. Good night.
What do you think you're doing to my company?
Hey, if I leave right now, how long do you think before Harold pulls your contract? 2 weeks? 3 weeks, maybe? Baby, in a few weeks, you're gonna be rich. I'm a godsend. You should be thanking God right now. That's what you should. Hey.
Listen, it's okay. It's all right.
Hey.
Thank you, guys.
When they return, they find the place is different. It is a different office. Everything's rearranged. Everything's reconfigured. It has a picture of Neil Black on the wall. And again, it's not because, look at me, I'm so great. It's an attempt at inspiration. See me, see how far I've come. You too can do this. And if you think no place would ever fire all of their employees in one day, that's just ridiculous. No, I used to know of a car dealership that would pretty routinely fire all of the sales staff, the entire department, everyone. They could turn around and apply for their same job, the same position, the next day, and they would hire them all back just to shake things up. And you can argue whether or not that's a good situation. I personally don't think fear is a good motivator, but I'm not in sales, so what do I know?
You know? Listen, I'm not going to be around for a long time, just a couple of weeks just to get this room going, okay? I'm doing this for her and for you guys, and you don't have to like me, all right? But when you're making money, you're going to love me, okay?
Is that how you get people to like you, Mr. Black? By making them money?
It's the way I know how to.
There are other ways.
Oh, I'm sure there are. Hello, Mr. Donut. Right. Jared, walk right in.
Holy shit. I'm in the wrong office again.
No, come back here. Come back here. This is the right place. Tell me your name.
Hercules.
Who calls you Hercules?
The ladies, baby.
What do they call you on the phone?
They call me Stuart.
Welcome back, Stuart. Oh, whoa, walk right in. What is your name?
Jessica.
Jessica, welcome back. Very beautiful.
Is this you?
Holy shit.
No, that's Neil Black. Just looks like me. Haha. Now, folks, you left this place. It was a dump. It was a dead room. This is the room I promised you. It's a new room. It is a money room. Everybody, it is a money room. Now walk around, find your desk. All your belongings are on your desk. I didn't throw anything away. This is where you're gonna live. This is where you're gonna be happy. You all look beautiful. You all look sharp. Dressed for success. Yes, dear. So I, Neil Black, will demonstrate the proper way to sell.
Look, you're not gonna sell anything here. These leads are shit.
Give me your worst lead. Come on. These are shit. There you go. It has nothing to do with it.
Catherine, you gotta come see this. Neil's gonna call a lead.
You have to pay attention because this will separate the men from the boys, the little girls from the women. First name, Larry Anderson. We'll see about these shit leads. It's ringing. Hello, Larry Anderson. This is Neil Black. How are you today? He's deceased. I'm sorry to hear that, sir. But this could be a good day for you anyway. Sir, I wanted to send your brother an amazing new diet product to help him lose weight, to help him feel better, to raise his energy daily. This is a product that's, well, I have to tell you, it's not even on the market right now. Listen, how much would you usually spend for a diet product? How much? Just give me a price. What would you say if I could give this to you? Something that you could have every day for the next 30 days, like I drink it, every day for 30 days for $1,000. How does that sound? I think so too. I think it's a ridiculous price. Ridiculous. Now listen, do you have Visa? MasterCard, of course, that's what I use myself. All I need is your card number. Yeah, I got that. 3, 5, that's it. All right, Andy, I think we're on our way. Remember my name. I am Neil Black, and I did this for you because I would have done it for your brother. And you know what? Your brother somewhere is going to be proud of you because you're bettering yourself. That's it. That's the name of the product. Better yourself. All right, Andy. All right, you take care. We'll get this out to you within 7 days. All right, bye-bye. Now, who wants to learn to do this?
Now here you have Neil taking a call. Everyone's blaming their bad sales and situations on bad leads, and that's the number one excuse people give, bad leads. There are no bad leads, there are harder leads. And he calls for the worst lead they have, give it to him, and he calls them. And he gets a sell. And don't think for 1 minute that's just Hollywood silliness trying to build them up as awesome. I have seen this done. I know of at least one situation where one person called somebody and they basically get yelled at, never call me again. 15 minutes later, sales manager calls them and gets an appointment to go out and do the sales presentation to that same person. And it was like a 2-minute call, and the guy's jaw is in his lap as he's watching this. There is a skill to phones. I cannot give you the criteria of what it is, how it is, what makes it work. I cannot tell you other than just do it and learn it. But it is an amazing thing to watch when somebody who has that skill is working the phones, because they will do just that. Now here's Neil with the room, turning it around with his leadership. And this first day back is really where you should see the coaching sessions. He should go desk to desk, each person, listen to them doing a call, and then say, all right, what'd you do right there? Okay, you did this right, you did that right. You also did this right, but you did all these things wrong. Don't do that stuff. This is how you handle that. Do better. And next desk, do the same thing. Next desk. And these coaching sessions can, in fact, the way I did that is probably gentle compared to how some I've received. I'll admit, I wanted to deck one person. I wanted to punch them. But I knew they were trying to make me better. And I'm trying to listen to what he says to do better and try to jump on there on the call. And as soon as I realize it's not going to go anywhere, just get off the call and move on. Trying to learn these tricks and understandings, but they are not fun. And as harsh as they are and need to be, that's one of the reasons you don't see a lot of women. Well, it's one of the reasons Neil does not believe that women should run a room, is they tend to not want to be that harsh. That's what he's referring to. And in that harshness.
Now, okay? Until I leave, I'm in control. You belong in your office collecting the money. Do you want to do this in front of everybody?
And by harshness, some I have sat through were, what did you say that in that call? That shouldn't have come out of your mouth. That did not help the call. If it doesn't help the call, you don't say it. Oh yeah, they're fun. Another one, try to think. There's one place that I worked. Management was convinced the coachings were a positive, friendly environment. That's what they're supposed to be, where you look at what you did right, what you did wrong, how you can improve, and it's a growing, learning experience, and it should be positive. What they actually were, I would argue, verbally being beaten by a rubber hose the whole time, being told that this is a positive, friendly environment, and if you disagree, you're the only one here saying that, and you're the one with the problem. So, yeah, some of them are not so good. The goal of those coaching sessions is to get you to improve as rapidly as possible and toughen you up, because pretty much anything the management can do to you pales compared to what the customers you're talking to will do to you. And that is why call centers, certainly this type of call center, are so harsh and hard to do. It's not for everyone, as he said at the beginning, and it's not something most people can do or do long term. And if you want to think that Neil Black is just an absolute jerk, again, ties in a lot of really key stereotypes and common things you see among salespeople. One of the things with him is he just focuses on physical needs. And it will illustrate in this scene here.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Hey, what happened to your wedding ring there?
I gave it away.
Well, why'd you do that?
What's the point? I'm not married anymore. Gave it to a pretty girl. I don't know, I just feel like I don't know women anymore. I don't understand them. I give them everything they want. I try really hard, and it never works out. The funny thing is, the ones you really want, you can't have. What?
You're just too much.
I'm too much.
Yeah, you're too much. You're overwhelming. Talking to you, it's like talking to a brick wall. You know, you're always trying to do things for women, but you're so controlling. You're always giving orders.
Well, get me another drink, will you?
She needs clothes, so he gives her these designer clothes. She needs a car, so he gives her a luxury car. She needs whatever else he gives her physical needs, but he doesn't really understand emotional needs, support, etc.
So what do you know? You're a bartender.
So that is a key point to understand with him. He just focuses on
Remember me?
physical and doesn't really understand emotional.
I'm Neil Black. The lemonade business. In this business, every person that walks by is a potential sale. Everybody out there is just waiting for you to take their money. But you gotta pretend that this is the greatest drink on earth. Now, you listen to me, and I will make you money.